All right, welcome in, guys. To take it and take it. I fucked it up already, Coop. I tried. Welcome in to Take It to the Bank, New Hampshire edition. New Hampshire edition. I'm your host, Keg. With me, as always, is Coop. And yeah, I'm looking forward to putting Atlanta Motor Speedway in the rear view, Coop. We got absolutely fisted last week because of the rain, but we're here. They can't keep us down. We're back. How was your week, my guy?
Oh, it was rough, man. Long week, man.
Long week?
Yeah. I mean, you already know that, man. I've been yawning ever since we've been on.
Yeah,
So,
I said I don't like this energy level. We can't have this energy level.
yeah, I don't have much energy right this minute, but we'll see what we can come out with. And it's been 2 weeks in a row, man, because we got fisted at Chicago too.
Yeah, I don't talk about that 300-1 anymore. It's not good for my health. I can't talk about it anymore. But yeah, so obviously I lost just under 8 units on Sunday. That's the thing about NASCAR. We're gonna have our weeks where we make 30, and we're gonna have our weeks where it doesn't go our way, man, and we drop 5, 7, 8. It's just how NASCAR is. But Coop, I'm excited. I like Loudon. Loudon's been good to you and I the last 3 years. So I think we'll have a good week, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I know Diego got on an Amarola ticket 2 years ago at a nice, I think, 80-1 number or something like that. I'm sure
Yep.
there were others out there too. So, it's been pretty good overall. This race, though, I think has been tougher from a pre-race betting stance than possibly the last two. Could be wrong. Maybe I was confused on the last two too, but definitely, going back and forth this week on certain things, more so than what I think I have in the past in Loudon.
Well, I agree with that. Before we get there, though, I just want to talk about Atlanta for a minute. Quick takeaway from Atlanta was I thought it was phenomenal racing. Some of the best racing that we've seen really all year long during that race. But didn't go our way, obviously. But what were your takeaways from Atlanta? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Maybe they should think that there's rain coming the whole entire race, and they would race like that the entire race. That would be incredible. So it was a little bit different than the past 2 or 3 Atlantas that we've seen on this new surface that they have there, new configuration. But again, I wonder how much of it was brought in by, hey, there's rain on the way. There's rain on the way. Because, if there wasn't rain on the way, the second stage might not have been that great. Maybe it was just the third stage that was great. So, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, what little we saw was very good.
Yeah, I agree with all that. So back to what you were saying about Loudon, I agree with you. Normally, I think it's pretty easy to peg where you want to go. This like at Loudon, but I do think that first of all, it's the second year of a new car, which is always going to fuck things up, right? But I think that Chevy and specifically Hendrick have been so good in this package thus far that it kind of skews how you think that they will perform, because what's it been, 17 races in a row that Chevy hasn't got the checkered flag at Loudon? I think that's what it is, right?
No, they had some checkered flags with Kevin Harvick being there when he was with RCR, but other than that, I don't think there's been many, if any. So
Right. So
yeah.
like normally Toyota just owns this track, right? And obviously, I guess you can't count out somebody like Kevin Harvick, who drives for Ford now, because of how good he is on tire wear tracks. But yeah, but is that the disconnect you're having this week?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of disconnects. I mean, like, do you trust history, which is basically what the books are betting this track off of? They're going with history. Or do you go with speed in this package? Because speed in this package would not lead you down the Toyota way. It would lead you down the Hendrick Motorsport way. And then third, there's a new tire that hasn't been used at this track before.
Right.
And, supposedly it's going to create, tire wear. And, we've been down that road before where we've heard this tire is going to create tire wear, and it really doesn't. So, who knows what to expect.
I love you, Coop. All right. So first of all, there's no B in the word supposedly. That's number one. Number two. I fucking love you, bro. Actually, there is no number two. Actually, real quick, did you see what I wrote in the Discord this week about Big Brother?
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't comment on it, and you read it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's your own opinion. I mean,
how could you have not commented? I watched an entire season of Big Brother for you because my friend watches like one show, doesn't watch movies, and I was like, you know what? He's my guy. Let me go and watch a season of Big Brother to see if it's the bee's knees, to see if that's where it's at. And I can report that is not where it's at. That is not where it's at. Now, I watched the entire season 1, Coop, year 2000 mode television, okay? No high def. I said, I want to watch this show. I want to watch this show from birth, from its inception. You know what I mean? I want to really know what my guy Coop is all about. And I mean, I was disappointed.
Couple things, one, all right.
Yeah.
There's been good seasons of every reality TV show, and then there's been bad seasons of every reality TV show. So, that's really why I didn't comment, because, hey, I respect your opinion. I mean, it's not for everybody.
Can I ask what your favorite season is? I'll watch it.
Two. All right. I never watched season 1. I started with season 2, so you picked the wrong season.
That's a timeout. I don't even think I've ever given Coop a timeout on this show. Okay. But this guy literally watches nothing besides Big Brother. He starts at season 2, but he doesn't watch the first one. Like when you fell in love with it during season 2, you didn't immediately go back and watch season 1. I mean, come on, Coop. Come on.
I'm just messing with you, man.
You did watch season 1?
Yeah, I watched them all.
Oh, okay.
But 3, and most importantly in my mind, all right, it tells me where the state of movies actually really is, that you would take the time to watch Big Brother over a movie. Man, it must be really sad tracking out there for movies right now.
Right now, it is slim pickings. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, it's slim pickings out there right now.
So those are my thoughts.
All right, because I didn't know. I couldn't believe you didn't say anything. I didn't know. That's why I brought it up. All right, but back to
it's just been a busy week, man.
Back to Loud.
We're here to talk about racing.
Yeah, we're here to talk about racing. Correct. All right, so the track. Obviously, it's a short, flat track, a lot of tire wear, right? Is there one track that is on the circuit that you compare Loudon to? I kind of feel like it's its own thing, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at Phoenix, you can look at Richmond, but like I pretty much say every week, like, you can use comparable tracks, but there is no same two tracks. So, it's just a matter of how much you weigh it,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So, uh, I mean, obviously, drivers that are good on short, flat tracks are probably going to be good here. And, you know, that's no secret. And we know who they are.
Right. Right. Um, so, and I don't say this to be arrogant, but like when you and I lose races, right? It's because something happened. Like we don't lose races, right? So the last 2 weeks we have seen rain fuck people, fucked us, fuck the fans that don't bet. Do you think now they can? It's a short track. They can race if it rains, but if they don't think that they get the whole race in on Sunday, do you think they just postpone it until Monday, knowing they could probably get the whole race in Monday? Last I saw, Monday looked decent. Or do you think they would rather race in the rain and risk either A, it getting cut off, or B, them racing the entire race in the rain for the third week in a row?
I mean, looking at the weather forecast, I think their decision is going to be pretty simple because I think it's supposed to rain like all morning, all day, all evening. So, like, I don't think like it's going to be a difficult decision for them. But
Right.
who knows? Because like I was looking at the weather for today last night, and there was like a 75% chance of rain today. And then all of a sudden, it's down to like 35%. So, things could change, but it doesn't look promising to be able to get any rain. I mean, racing in on Sunday due to the rain. But in the end, like, I don't want them to start on wet tires and things of
I'm
that
with you.
nature, man.
I'm with
You
you,
know,
man. I'm
I
with you.
would just rather let it be on Monday.
Yep, 100%. Take the day off and let's have a good race on Monday. I'm right there with you.
I
I
mean,
do.
like they were supposed to have a test on Monday and Tuesday for a new short track package that
Right.
they're looking to introduce next year, and like they've already canceled it because I think they're pretty sure that they're going to need Monday too.
I do think
Run the
that I
race.
do think we get the race in tomorrow though.
Yeah, I mean, as long as those 20 or 30% chances of showers don't hit the track.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool. I'm right there with you. I have a bunch of sports books pulled up, but I'll go down the list at Caesars like we normally do. Your odds on favorite, I don't really think it's a surprise. The two guys are basically all week have been Chris Bell and Marty. Did
Were
you
you
did
surprised when they were the odds-on favorite? Did you expect to see their name to be the favorite?
I expected Marty to be the favorite. I didn't think that Chris Bell would be the favorite. And I certainly didn't think that he would have been as low at one point as like 4.5 to 1. Although that kind of corrected itself slightly. Um, I thought Marty and Denny would be the two favorites here. And then I thought that Elliott, Larson, and Byron and Harvick would be behind them. Um, and I thought Bell would be in that group too. But I was pretty surprised to see the price that they hung on Chris Bell. I'm not gonna lie. But I think they got it right. Like if you asked me who would I have made the two favorites, I would have made these two guys the favorites for sure. Um,
So
but
you don't think the short track, you don't think what we've seen so far this year in this package means anything?
to me, or the book, to me it does, because I we'll get into it. I covered my bases and I bet a couple hundred drivers too. But
Right, but I mean, by you saying that you didn't think that they deserve to be the betting favorite, you don't believe in the package. You believe that the history is better than the package.
I think you have to kind of weigh it 50-50. But one thing that you can't deny is when somebody races here 6 times, wins 4 times, and finishes second. I mean, like, it's really hard to ignore that, regardless of what Kyle Larson and Will Byron have done in this package this year. I think it's
So
really hard.
I thought Larson and Byron would be the favorites.
You did?
Yeah, I thought they would go off the speed
Would
with this
you
year versus history.
would you have made them the favorites?
Oh, if I was a book, I would have
Yeah,
made all of them 650.
all four.
5.
No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. That's what the books do that you hate, but no, you wouldn't have.
But no, I mean, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Larson, Byron, Denny, Truex, Bell.
I think that's the tough part about this week is I don't even know if there's a right answer. I mean, I do think that those. You know what's funny, Coop, is probably the fucking guy, the Hendrick driver I'm highest on this week isn't even them.
He probably would have been my 6th place driver.
But yeah, that's what makes this week so interesting. I don't know. I feel good about where we're at. Did you bet? Were you able to get those in? That what I sent you today?
No, all I got in was the Xfinities.
Damn.
But remind me to go back later when we get to a particular driver.
Yeah.
Because for some particular driver, maybe drivers, they did factor in this package.
Okay. Well, let me know when we get there.
Like, what do you think about that? Like clearly they factored this in on history, without a doubt. They didn't factor in speed.
Well, yeah. I mean, when Will Byron is 12-1 and Kyle Larson is 10-1, you have your answer.
Right. But yeah. I think for another driver, they did take into the account the package.
Oh, okay. In terms of going the other way about how bad they've been in this package?
No. How good he is. How good his number is.
Okay. So after that, Denny Hamlin, 6.5-1. Like you said, you know, tire wear obviously is in play all the time at Loudon. And if this new tire that they are bringing is going to bring even more fall off, then, you know, Denny Hamlin's going to be right there. Has he been the best Toyota this year? No. Has he been the second best Toyota this year? Probably. I don't know, man. Like Bubba, I part of me says Bubba's the second best Toyota this year, like in terms of pure speed. But I think that you have to respect Denny Hamlin on a tire wear track that is short. So I get the price. I have no problem with it. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking to Iowa earlier this week, and you know, he was like, "Do you like Bell and Truex?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like Bell and Truex, and you know, I like Larson and Byron too." And you know, those are the 4 I really want to try to get on. And then, you know, when it's all said and done, Denny will be the one that wins and screws us.
Yeah, for sure. So after him, Kyle Larson 8-1. I saw Kyle Larson, I think, as good as like 11-1 earlier in the week. He's 8-1 at Caesars. I thought I saw him even lower at a couple other spots. But yeah, I get it. Money should be coming in on Kyle Larson. I get it. My money didn't come in on Kyle Larson. And I think he's probably the guy I'm worried about that's going to screw me this week.
So a couple things that I saw. All right. Like, he's got that red Valvoline paint scheme this week.
Yeah.
And like the last 5 times he's run that paint scheme, 4 of them, he's been freaking phenomenal. And then You've got Monday Marty. So those are kind of some things to,
What? I don't even know what
look
that
at.
is. What the fuck is Monday Marty?
That's when Marty wins on Monday.
Oh, well, I mean,
Marty's really good on Mondays.
the Clash was on Sunday, right?
He's really good on Mondays too. Really good.
Okay, both of the things you just said to me mean absolutely nothing. What the fuck are we even talking about right now? Kyle Larson in the Valvoline car? What does that even mean?
In that paint scheme, man, he's been.
Yeah,
really,
but I
really
mean,
good.
like that's got to be coincidence, no?
No, I don't know, because
What do you?
didn't you hear like when Marty was winning all those mile and a halves, like he was doing it in the auto owners paint scheme.
That has to be a coincidence, Coop. Because like they're not going to set up the car differently.
So let me go a little bit deeper. Like all right, you know who's sponsoring Bubba Wallace this week?
Who?
DraftKings.
Oh, if the stock is any indication, he's not even going to finish the race.
Well,
He's going
first
to
off,
be
the stock's almost up 100% in the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's got a long
Second,
way.
second off, it's the paint scheme he ran last year at this track.
What and did he like run exceptionally well here last year? Is that what you're going to tell me?
Yeah, he finished third. I mean, he was fast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He did finish third.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you got to up your game on these paint schemes.
I don't even know. I don't take the paint scheme into consideration. I'm sorry. It's not part of my handicap.
You don't even know
I
where
will
you're
say
at.
though, I will say that Kyle Larson Valvoline car, it's one of the best NASCAR paint schemes of like the newer generation. That car is fire. I agree. I love that car. It's such a good looking car. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I fear him because of his speed in this package, not because of the paint. Will Byron after him, 9-1 currently at Caesars. Could have got him at 12-1, basically all week long.
My concern with Byron is like we've seen him be fast, but he really hasn't been great at adjusting the car.
I don't disagree.
And holding on to the lead when he's had it early.
I don't disagree. And if we're being honest, his last couple wins haven't been from being a dominant car. It's from being in the right spot at the right time.
Like Kyle Busch, which hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like winners win. You know? So.
Winners win, Coop. Somebody in the chat said, if we're betting paint schemes, I'm in. That's a great message. Yeah, so Willie B, I at the end of the day, you have to respect him in the package. You have to.
I mean, you watch today's practice. What does Chandler Smith have on his car?
I don't remember. I'm not sure.
What about Sammy? What about Sammy?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When I watch the race, it is a lot less closely when we're not allowed to bet during practice. FanDuel didn't even open. They didn't even open. That's done. It's over with. We're never going to be able to rape a book during practice again, ever. That's gone. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. I bet you Adam knows. He probably knows, but I'm not sure. I don't pay attention to that shit. All I want to know is how fast they are. That's it. So yeah, Willie B, gotta respect him. Kyle Busch after him at 10-1. One of the cars weekly that I don't know what to do with. His first year at Childress has been rough for me personally. I just don't know week to week what to expect from him. What do you expect from him?
Wait a minute. Say that again. His first year at Childress has been rough?
For me. His first year at Childress has been rough for me in terms of how I perceive him, how I perceive that he's going to be.
No, I would agree with that because, like you say the same shit about him every week.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
So, like, you talked earlier on the show about Chevy not doing well here. When Chevy has done well here, it's usually Hendrick, that finishes, in the top fives and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think it could be a tough week for Trackhouse and Kyle Busch and, cars that aren't, HMS on the Chevy side to get a win when we're looking at it. They obviously could finish in the top 10 and things of that nature. But, I don't have a lot of conviction this week on Kyle Busch doing well.
Okay. Normally you're my Kyle Busch guy this year because I don't know what to expect from the guy week to week. After him, Kevin Harvick, best number you've been able to get on him all week right now, currently 11-1. Listen, you have to take him seriously, but you have to, somebody that bet him at 10 or 11-1 this week would really have to sell me on why. Like, I got involved this week with him, but not straight on his money line. I just think, what do you think that number should have been in order for you and I to get involved? Like 15, 16?
I think 20.
Really? At a short track, at a tire wear track, where supposedly they're bringing a tire where tire wear is going to be even more pronounced. You need 20.
I can't bet on supposedly.
There's no B in supposedly.
I emphasize the D. But no, I mean, look. Why do you think Kevin Harvick is 9, 10, and 11-1?
Because of how good of a tire wear driver he is.
You really think the fucking trucks, these books know about tire wear? And putting that into their formula?
I think there is somebody at every sport book that knows about as much NASCAR as you and I do. Now, whether
I 100% disagree with you.
Coop, these guys, listen, it's all an algorithm when it comes to sports like the NFL and the NBA and shit like that. But I do think that, like, whatever risk manager is in charge of NASCAR at a specific book, I do think that their perception comes into play more than, don't get me wrong, it's all algorithm based, all of it. But I do think that they can move numbers based on their perception of how a driver will do at a track, where that's totally out the window in a sport like the NFL or the NBA or baseball. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But, like, they make too many mistakes for them to have the knowledge.
I agree with that, kind of. I agree with that, kind of. I don't know, maybe not as good as us, but
like today, take for example, all right? Would have you opened Chandler Smith and Sammy Smith back up to the numbers they were at?
No, FanDuel fucked up. Somebody probably got fired. Somebody should get fired.
I mean, you went from the beginning of this podcast saying that somebody screwed up at FanDuel, and then 30 seconds ago, you just told me they have great people.
Well, I didn't say they have great people, but I do think they have somebody knowledgeable about NASCAR there.
Okay, now you're trying to backtrack. Now you're down to knowledgeable.
Well, Coop, listen. Maybe I undersold you and I. Okay, but I think that I think that there is some. I bet. Here's my point. I bet you that whoever's in charge over there, I bet you he could beat the book at that sport.
Okay. Can we just go back to the question?
Yeah.
Do you know what the question was?
About Kevin Harvick.
Yeah. Why is he priced 9, 10, and 11 to 1?
Right. And I said probably because of his prowess on tire wear tracks.
And I said they don't have a freaking clue about that.
Right. And so why do you think he's 11 to 1?
I think he's 11 to 1 because of the package. I think they're looking at the package.
Yeah, but let me tell you why you're wrong. Because the fact that they made the favorite Chris Bell and Marty tells you that I'm right and that you're wrong. Because why did they do it for him and not for Kyle Larson and Will Byron?
Okay, I'll agree with that because Harvick is probably he's not as good as Marty and Bell historically at this track.
Right.
He's probably a little bit behind them, but he is leaps and bounds better than Larson and
Byron when it comes to right.
Okay.
Right.
But no, I can't bet that guy. I need 20.
After him, Chase Elliott 12 to 1.
Well, that's not to say I won't bet him during the race. All right.
Right. Oh, of course.
But there's no. I would bet Chris Bell at 4.5 to 1 before I bet Harvick at 9, 10, or 11 to 1.
I know what you mean. I don't know if I agree with that though. I know what you mean. After Harvick, Elliott's 12 to 1. I bet Chase Elliott. One of two drivers that I bet in the outright market straight. I think that he's been better. I think that car's rounding into form. I think that historically he's very good on short tracks. We know that he knows how to manage tires. He finished second here last year. I think that number, the only reason that number is where it is because of this weird year that he's had. I think that number is wrong. So I bet him. Where are you at on Chase?
I don't disagree with anything you said. Part of me wants to think that maybe Larson and Byron are going to be using this race as a test for Phoenix. I know that they can't be taking that approach with Chase Elliott.
He needs this. He needs a win bad.
Right. He needs a win in great finishes.
Yeah.
Or great finishes.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I just don't know if the car is good enough on this track. Like if it was another track based upon him coming into form, I would be more bought into it. But it's not like he's been great here. I think he's only led 75 laps here or something for that nature.
Right.
He's been one of the better Chevys here recently, though. But like, if I was betting a Chevy, he would probably be on the top of my list.
Yeah, and what's interesting, Ryan, I spoke to him from wintherace.com, and he told me I'm out of my fucking mind. He's like, he's dreadful in this package. I don't know why you're betting him. I know he's on Larson and Byron because he thinks that this package is gonna be the deciding factor. What I don't know. What do you think about that? The fact that he hasn't been great in the package.
I mean, like if you look at last year, okay, they ran a different short track package than what they are this year.
Right?
And I don't know if like Larson and Byron were phenomenal, like they are in this package right now. But what I do know is like the year's kind of playing out similar to last year, where the two of them didn't do great over the summer, and that's what kind of has me worried. Like what is going to make them great tomorrow? I don't know. I think part of it's just the track, you know. And there's certain drivers here that have done extremely, extremely well, you know. And I think it doesn't really matter what kind of car you put them in; they're going to be very competitive. They're going to figure it out because they understand something about the track that some of these other drivers don't
Yeah.
have or know. So, yeah, I mean, look, if I'm not going to bet any of the HMS cars before practice, and if I miss out on it, I miss out on it. I'll move on.
That's fair. I don't mind that approach, to be honest, this week for people that are doing that, a wait and see on HMS. I invested a unit and a half total to them in the outright market. So, I mean, I get it. After Chase, Ryan Blaney, and Joey are 15 to 1. We didn't really talk. We spoke a lot this week, but none of it was about Penske. What do you think about Penske this week?
I mean, other than the super speedways that are 1.5 in Atlanta and 2.5 at Talladega and Daytona, what have they done this year?
Not much.
I mean, last year, Blaney had some good speed at points on these small flat tracks, but he hasn't been able to show that this year in this package.
I mean, if you throw out the super speedways, right? The best finish that either of them have is what? Charlotte, Ryan Blaney won, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, right?
Well, Logano won.
Did Logano? But did he dominate a race?
No. Well, he had dominated Atlanta. Led like 140 laps.
Oh, right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You got him at 29 to 1.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't know how you could back Penske right now before the race. I just don't. I can't. You can't. Tough. After them, Tyler Reddick, 16 to 1. Now, I didn't really think much about him this week, although I saw that 18 to 1 number earlier in the week, and Toyota is just very good here in general. Like, do you think that's going to transfer over to him?
I don't know. Like, I have it in the back of my mind. Like, we were headed to Richmond, all right, and we were all like, "Look, Toyota's coming into form. They're going to a track that they really do well with." Oh, they're hanging a freaking 20 to 1 on Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick doesn't run good on short, flat tracks. Guess what happened to Tyler Reddick at Richmond? He was horrible.
Yeah.
So, I kind of had the same feeling on Tyler Reddick as I do HMS. If I miss it, I miss it.
Yeah, that's fair. I do. I mean, like, let's say he looks very good in practice, right? That number's not going under 12 anyway, right?
I mean, it could. It just depends upon, like if Toyota goes out and freaking dominates practice, man. Like, I could see him being in front of, the HMS drivers on the odds board.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's true. After him, Ross Chastain. I didn't think about Ross like literally once this week. I want no interest. I mean, if he rarely looks good in qualifying, but even if he like looked incredible in practice, I wouldn't bet him before the race starts.
No, I don't have any interest in Ross this week.
After him, man, like I thought that we were going to get a sneaky 45 to 1 price on Eric Almirola. He's 20 to 1, Coop. Yeah, 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like we've said for 3 years on any show we've been on, when it came to talking to him, if you're going to back Eric Almirola, it's going to be on a flat track, right? Or maybe a super speedway because he's been decent there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, 20-1, Coop, that number, it's egregious.
Right. I mean, it's like the Harvick number.
No.
But again, like,
you cannot compare Eric Almirola and Kevin Harvick, bro. Come on.
No, but I mean, they've cut the number like they did Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick don't deserve to be 9, 10,
almost in half. That's true.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like I probably would have pulled the trigger if he was 45-1, like maybe a little quarter unit jammy just to have it in our back pocket going into the race. But 20-1's a joke. It's a joke. So yeah.
I can't bet any of the Stewart Haas before race, man. I'll bet him during the race if I need to, but I can't.
Brad Keselowski 20-1. Brad's very, very, very good on tire wear tracks. Where you at?
Again, he's another driver that has great history here. All right, he probably has better history here than Kevin Harvick, to be quite honest with you. All right, but two, he hasn't done anything in this package.
Yeah.
Like you got to draw a line. Like pre-race, like you're either on history or you're on the package. You can't be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's one way or the other.
By the way, I know that we hit the 6-1 last night in the SRX race on Hamlin, but what a waste of a dime Brad Keselowski was betting him. Yeah. The fucking guy, I mean, dude barely showed up.
Yeah, he did. Barely showed up. He was like the Edmonton Elks against the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
I don't even know. I can't. After him, Alex Bowman 30-1 and Bubba 30-1. I mean, I don't have. Do you have anything to say about Bowman? I have nothing to say. I have no interest in Alex Bowman.
Guy has to have a great week, man. Like he's on the verge of missing the playoffs after leading the points earlier in the year.
I know. Our 30-1 doesn't look that good anymore, Coop. Doesn't look that good anymore.
I haven't looked, but I'm probably sure he's like 50 or 60 or 70-1.
You're probably right. Bubba. Now, Toyota. And like I said to you, we can no longer judge Bubba Wallace on anything that he has done prior to the 2022 year. He's in elite equipment every week, and he is much better than he was a few years ago. And like you look at that third place finish last year at Loudon, and you're like, yeah, but it's Bubba. Yeah, but you got that's got to go away, bro. Like, has he won? No. Has he done well for you and I this year in the prop market? Yes, very. But the win is going to come. It's going to come eventually. The equipment is too good every week. So, like, I look at that 30-1 price and like it's appealing. Did I get involved? I didn't. But is it going to surprise you when he's third best in practice? And we're like, he's going to go into the race like 18-1. No, that's not going to surprise you or me. Go ahead.
I always thought, man, that like William Byron would probably be the first piece of paraphernalia that went onto the wall. Because
he is my guy.
Of all the great, consecutive weeks of, we got him at plus 200 or better at top tens.
Remember those days?
But yeah, now I'm starting to think like it might be Bubba Wallace who gets on the wall first.
I have talked
every week you talk about him, man.
You're right. I have talked glowingly about Bubba every week. You're right, because I feel like nobody gives the guy his due. Like, yeah, okay, he has not got it done for us in terms of like a winning ticket. Actually, that's not true. He has gotten it done for us before, not this year, but he has. But he has made us a lot of money this year in prop scoop. A lot. 6-1.
A lot of money in general, man.
Huh?
He's made us a lot of money in general.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, this year.
Yeah. Like put some respect on his name. That it's time.
Right. But I mean, like, you got to go into this thinking, like how those people who say, "Oh, I'm never going to play this guy again. He's on my do not play list," and all this and all that, like equivocally, like you can't have that approach. And like I think maybe you're a little overboard on Bubba, just a little bit.
I'm not even gonna.
You need to settle back down a little bit.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Like you're way too high on the guy.
Y2J said Brad wins before Bubba. Mark my words. Philly says agreed. That could be true. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm saying that Bubba Wallace is in a good ride. That's all I'm saying.
But like he's 450 to be at a top 5. You're not going to bet it, are you?
No.
All right.
I would have if it was 6-1. I would have bet it.
Get off your high horse.
After him, Daniel Suarez 40-1. Another Trackhouse guy that I have no interest in. I assume you're the same way.
Correct. I only have interest in one other guy, and that would be live, and that would be Chase Briscoe.
65-1 at Caesars right now for Chase Briscoe, which is crazy to say that, right? Because like the fact that you're even saying that you may have interest in Chase Briscoe, because he's been our most disappointing driver, like soup to nuts this year, probably.
Right. But again, it goes back to what I just said a minute ago. You can never say I'm never going to have a driver I'm not going to put on my do not play list. Because like if there's a race this year, that Chase Briscoe is going to do well at, it's at one of these short flat tracks.
Yeah, I agree. So Coop wasn't able to bet the parlays. Well, I guess people could do it now if they want to, but I made graphics for what we did for Cup in practice. So
I'll still try to get on Bell and Truex on a parlay some way somehow.
So
but,
this is where
I don't know what it's going to be. I'm really disappointed that I lost that on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever it was. That like I bet those 4 favorites in tennis, and like I spent 2 hours researching all that shit. Like I didn't ask anybody about it. I just went in and did my own research, and like when that Ons chick beat whoever the hell it was. Like, that was the one match I was worried about, and, like, it got me. Like, the other 3 matches cruised through.
It's what you get for going against my girl Ons. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, my guy.
Like, you probably never even heard of this chick before Wimbledon.
Ask the guys in the chat if I know about. I've been talking about Ons for a year, okay? I love Ons.
You talk about Ons like I talk about the Edmonton Elks.
Big Ons guy, Coop. Okay, all right. I made money in that when she was plus money live in that match. I did it. All right, so here's where I'm at. I bet Elliott for a unit. I bet Byron for a half unit because if he's very very good, and I'll just bet him again live. But I wanted to at least put something in my back pocket because if this new short track package transfers over to Loudon, Will Byron at 12-1 is just a joke. So I did throw a half unit in my back pocket. Now these outright parlays, everybody's probably looking at them like I have 7 heads, but I'm telling you, these are going to win. We are going to get to Sunday. I think that we pegged the Xfinity race personally. Chandler Smith, Sammy Smith, and John Hunter Nemechek were the guys to back, and they look good. So I bet Sammy Smith top 5 for a half unit with Chris Bell, Marty, Harvick, and Jack Della money line in the UFC. And then I bet a half unit with Chris Bell, Marty Harvick, with Chandler Smith over Sam Mayer tomorrow, and Jack Della money line for the UFC tomorrow. Those are the numbers. It's basically about a unit and a half risk total on Sammy Smith top 5 and a unit and a half risk total on Smith over Mayer, basically. Actually, a little more because of Denny. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at in terms of the outright market. Coop's with me. He couldn't get it in, but he's with me. Loves Sammy Smith top 5. Loves Chandler Smith over Mayer. I think we're in good shape. I think we're going to go into Sunday with all these numbers.
I really like that Jack Del Rio money line, bet too.
Jack Del Rio, yeah, I like Jack Del Rio too. So okay, so that's where we're at in the outright market. Props, Coop. Let's start going through these props.
I'm not betting any top 3s, are you?
I am not. This is what I want.
There's just too many potential options.
This is what I wanted to talk to you about, though. We have to get on Nemechek for sure, but I'm not taking 330 or whatever the best number is tomorrow. So I think the best way to get on him is probably the top 5 market or maybe the top 10 market to get that number up to like 8-1. I think 8-1 is fair. I would bet him right now at 8-1 if that was his price. So looking at the top 5 market, what do you see that you liked? I sent you a list of like props that I was looking at during the week. I thought Marty top 5 was fair. I know you like Chris Bell top 5. I don't like the price, but I get the play. I guess I'm not against using it.
Well, I mean, remember earlier in the year we had a conversation and you were all in it, like we can't be as much number hogs as what we are, and this would be the time to look at that. And then,
You're right.
we talked about it, and I started delving into it while you just sat back and didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Coop. All right, you're fucking right. So yeah, I think Chris Bell top 5 is a possibility. I think that if this tire does have more fall off, I think Marty is the fucking nuts on Monday. I think he will. I think he'll pass Bell eventually. But yeah, either one of these, I expect both of them to be in the top 5. So I guess that's a possibility. But just looking in terms of like bets you would make by themselves, what do you like in terms of the top 5 market?
Bell and Marty.
That's it.
That's it. It's the only ones I feel confident. Like Denny would be my next one, but can you trust Denny? He makes a lot of mistakes. His team makes a lot of mistakes. Things of that nature.
He does.
I don't know. So
I'm with you. Like if I'm backing Denny, it's to win the race. I'm not, because most of the time when Denny makes a mistake, it costs him a lap or tail end of the rear, rear end of the lead lap. Like I would rather go boom or bust with Denny rather than get involved in his top 5. I will say though, like Will Byron and Chase Elliott top 5 at those prices, I do think it's intriguing.
Right, but it's definitely intriguing. All right. But I also see several paths where they finished 6th.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do you think about you think it's worth taking a flyer on what would the price have to be on somebody like Chase Briscoe or Almirola or
Well, I don't know what their prices are. Okay.
oh,
But I know you said we can get Bubba at 450.
yeah,
So I would probably have to say that Amarola is probably 350.
350 right now at Caesars. Yeah.
And I would probably say that Briscoe is 6 to 650.
Yep. 6 to 1. Yep.
And I think I would take a chance at Denny Hamlin hitting the top 5 before Amarola. And I just can't take a shot on Briscoe. Like I would just rather try to bet him to win versus take a shot at his top 5 live.
Yeah. I don't really disagree. Just wanted to know like where you were at. All right, that's the top 5 market. Top 10 market. Were there any top 10s that you saw that you liked? Like I'll tell you right now, I'm betting Bubba Wallace to make the top 10. I already betted at plus 160. I told you he should never be plus 160 to hit the top 10 this year based on that equipment. I bet that. It's down to plus 130 right now at Caesars. Were there any top 10s that you thought were worth betting?
The one that stuck out to me was the good old boy. His numbers kind of slipped again.
Who the fuck is that?
Our top 10 darling that we haven't been able to get in on many of them, but the numbers are always pretty good. Ricky Stenhouse, 700.
Oh, Ricky? I'll bet Ricky if you like him to crack the top 10. Ricky's done us right.
I mean, I would take a shot at him before. I'd rather take a shot at him finishing in the top 10 at 700 than Briscoe finishing in the top 5 at 600 or 650, whatever it was.
How is Ricky here? How's he been here?
Not great. Flat tracks typically aren't his greatest, but I mean, he's having a very good season.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how he did. Let me check and see how he did. So
I think kind of leaning toward Eric Amarola at 120. Like I like that number you got on Bubba Wallace at 160, but like if I am not in it, like I think I would have to take a shot at Amarola at 120 before Bubba at 135. I'm looking at FanDuel, so
yeah. There could be 160 still available. I'd have to look. I don't hate the Almirola call either at plus 120. He's so good on these types of tracks. So Ricky this year, in terms of speed ranking, 2023 short flat tracks, 22, 30, and 9th at Gateway, which I think was where we got the money, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I'll end up betting it, but it's the one that intrigues me the most, I think.
Yeah, 7-1's not bad, man. That's not bad. And I don't mind the Almirola call either. All right. So that's the top 10 market. Winning team. So I did not bet Toyota to win the race at plus 140 yet, but Gibbs is plus 150 at Caesars. Do you think that's the way to go if you're going to bet that, or do you think it's worth having Reddick Bubba upside?
Hmm. I'll, I'll leave that question up to you since you're the bubble one.
I mean, for 10 cents to include two cars that have been fast all year, I guess Toyota would be the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you would be crazy for 10 cents not to bet Toyota
Yeah.
over JGR
Yeah.
for 10 cents. Like if it was $1, you know, I could see it being a tougher decision.
Yep.
But 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 10 cents shouldn't
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. Let's see what else we got. Top manufacturer. Let me pull up Bet365 because they normally have way better prices. And they do. So top Chevy, obviously I think the only place you could look is Hendrick, Larson, Byron, and Chase Elliott. Part of me wants to just not take Kyle Larson and just take Elliott and Byron if you're going to get involved, both at 4.5 to 1. Because Bet365 has Kyle Larson at plus 280. Top Toyota. Caesars has plus 230. Top Toyota. I know that number was better earlier in the week. It was like 330, I think. But I don't know. I think if I was going to do it, it would be Byron and Elliott.
I'm with you, and I'm the gambling side of me says I would do it without Byron too.
And just take Chase.
Yeah, but again, like Byron could be good. I don't know. He's never had a top 10 here though.
That's so interesting that what was he this good last year at Phoenix and Richmond?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Because being the fastest car in this package, you would think you would want to see how they did at all three of those tracks last year. If he was pretty good at Richmond and Phoenix, but not so much at Loudon, I guess you could not take him. But I don't know. You know me.
We'll pull up his speed ranks real quick at those two tracks last year.
Okay.
But like, if I was looking to get in on Chase Elliott, this is where I would look versus the win.
So, we want Phoenix, right? Phoenix and Richmond. All right. So the second race last year at Phoenix, he had the third fastest speed rank, and he finished 6th. So he was good here. And then Richmond last year,
What about the first race at Phoenix last year?
I'll check. At Richmond, he was 12th last year, and he finished 11th last year.
What about the other Richmond race? There's two of them.
The first Richmond race, he had the 6th best rank, and he finished 3rd. The first Phoenix race, He finished 18th, but his speed rank was 6th.
So, I mean, it's kind of similar. Last year he was fast, not as fast as this year. Okay. But he fell off a Loudon.
Now, Loudon last year
he started like 6th or 7th. He qualified well.
Let me see. Byron finished 11th at Loudon, and he had a speed ranking of 9th. So, like, Coop, if you extrapolate that out, right, you would think that he probably has a top 5 car.
On the borderline.
Yeah. Man.
But not a winning car.
I mean, but like a winning car is a one bump up from what you and I expect. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, I would say if you extrapolate that out, it's going to play out the same way this year.
Like, wouldn't you say that the number this week, the opening number this week on Byron and Larson was the most shocking opening line from those two guys all year long, right?
Probably. I mean, I without looking at every one of them, I'd say it had to be one of the most shocking, if not the most shocking.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of makes me not want to, like, if I'm going to take Chase Elliott to be top Chevy, I'm going to take him too.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind hanging Chase by himself.
I like the balls, though. All right, top Toyota. Chris Bell is plus 150. What a fucking world. I'll tell you what, looking at the top Toyota, like if I'm betting it, I'm taking Marty and only Marty. He's like somewhere in that 230, 240, 250 range.
He's 275 on 365.
Yeah, so like what is Bell on?
They're all 275.
Oh wow.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, so that, I guess that way you could take 2 out of 3. Denny could always just put you in the grave, though.
Yep.
Easily. Top Ford, it's Kevin Harvick, and I guess maybe if you want to take a flyer on like Almirola. Wow, Almirola is 5-1.
Right, that's the tough number.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, when I sent you my notes,
like I think what you do here is you take Harvick, Almirola, and Briscoe and parlay it with Jack Del Rio and get a better number.
That's not. I mean, he's like minus 600 now. A lot of action came in on him. I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
Maybe you can't do it on 365. What are the numbers on Caesars?
210 for Harvick, 5-1 for Almirola, 16-1 for Briscoe.
16-1 for Briscoe?
Yeah.
Wow, that's double 365.
So that, I mean,
like, do you think that if you took those 3, you could get nutted by Kozlowski?
Yes.
But not Blaney and Logano?
No, I don't think so. Not unless it's Joey pulling some kind of track position, pit stop bullshit. But think about this, Coop. He's 6-1 to hit the top 10, and he's 16-1 to be the top Ford. That makes no sense.
All right, hold on.
That means
you're talking about Briscoe?
Yeah.
His top 10 is plus 160 on 365.
Wait, were we talking about, was that the top 5? That might have been the top 5 we were talking about. The 6-1. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was wrong. My bad. But okay, so yeah, that number's double the Bet 365 number. So that number's wrong. So obviously we got to bet that number. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, Keselowski could easily fuck us 100%. Now,
so not to change the subject, but Philly brings up an extra point, a valid point. Like if tomorrow, you roll out of bed at 11:45 and you see that the practice and qualifying might not happen, are you going to bet William Byron at 12-1? We've already bet him, but
I bet him
because he would be on the pole.
Oh yeah, I think at that point, I think the decision is kind of made for you. You wouldn't bet him at 12-1 if it gets rained out and he's on the pole.
Yeah, I would probably have to.
Yeah, for sure. Now I think this is all a moot point because I think I would be shocked if Kevin Harvick stays clean and he's not the top Ford. I'd be very surprised.
I could see Amarillo beating him.
You know what? Because they are the same team. You're right. Maybe
even Briscoe.
No, not based off that year. This year, no. I mean, we're betting that number, totally expecting to lose that bet. You know,
hey, look at what you were telling me about Harvick last night, man.
What about SRX?
Yeah, he was just as bad as Keselowski.
Oh, he was. You're right. The guy, he just took the night off. He just drove. He was totally content. Haley Deegan was running 5th, and he was running 12th. I mean, in what world? Yeah, it was brutal. It was so bad. Happy just wanted to be there, I guess.
He got his appearance money and left.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I would be like if we weren't going to go let's just take Kevin Harvick at plus 275. If we were going to open it up, I think I wouldn't feel good betting 3 people and not having Keselowski because it could go bad, and we drop all 3.
I mean, you could parlay it with Jack Del Rio and Hans, your lady.
I will not be betting Ons unless she is a dog live. But
I think what I was going to say originally when I asked you to check Caesars was like, what if you parlayed one of the top Fords with like a Sammy Smith or Chandler Smith top 5?
One of the Fords or all of them? The 3 of them.
The 3 of them, and then I don't know, depending upon what numbers you get, maybe Keselowski.
What did Chandler Smith come back? I got him at plus 170. I wonder
that's what I got him at.
What is that number now? It's probably really bad.
Probably isn't even up. Caesars would be the only one that would have it.
Let me check.
Like I does Barstool even have Xfinity odds anymore?
Bro, let me tell you something. I was happy when I saw the new interface. I was like, oh, I like this. But man, if this is how it's going to be, no props at all. like top 3, top 5, top 10. It's almost like they're FanDuel now.
Yeah, they don't have top 5 on Caesars for Xfinity.
No. I was missing like looking at all those props, like because sometimes their top 10 market was even though it was Canby, it was different from VR, like that top 10 market at times. I don't know. I hope they go back to normal and they have all the markets up, but
So you don't have top. You don't have Xfinity at all on Barstool.
I'll check. Yeah, I do. Oh no, just futures right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got futures in the Crayon 301.
Yep. Do they have any more props up? Or is it still just 3, 5, and 10? Oh yeah, they're starting. Matchups are up. I didn't see them before. Only 3 matchups? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but would you take Chase at minus 110 against Byron?
No, not if I was going to bet top Chevy, and because don't you kind of feel like that's top Chevy basically this week? And it's like
No.
no.
Did you not listen to me? Like Kyle Larson's running that Valvoline red and white scheme, man.
Come on, Coop. It's like I kind of feel like we're betting the same bet at like 4.5 to 1. But like I might consider taking Denny over Kyle Busch at minus 120. All right, going back. Let me look at the groups. You take a look at the groups this week.
Let's see what we got here. Twin group.
The only group that I bet this week was actually in Xfinity. At Caesars.
Ooh, you bet that? That's a tough one.
Group C.
The one against Allgaier and Custer.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was like plus 380 and plus 240 for Chandler Smith and Sammy Smith. Those were the 2 that I bet.
Logano, Blaney, Chastain, and Reddick.
What's Reddick?
300.
I just don't know if wouldn't you say? I have no idea if he's going to be good. He isn't a Toyota though. He isn't.
You know what my favorite group bet is this week?
Your favorite group bet this week is I don't know. Is it Bell and Marty over Denny and Larson?
No, it's the Smith brothers over Austin Dillon and Sam Meyer.
Oh, I couldn't get that though, bro. Yeah, I would. What were the numbers?
245, 275.
Yeah, like it's such a crock of shit that you can bet something I can't. So crazy. Bet Fred can't get to New Jersey fast enough.
Do you want to know what their what do you think the top 5 number is on Bell and Truex at Fred?
What do you think the top 5 number is on Bell and Truex? Well, I'm going to say that it's better than what I've seen. So I think you're going to say something like They're both plus 125.
Minus 160.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's surprising.
They're 5 and 525 to win.
No shit. Whew. I'll tell you what, Coop. You know what? Superbook, which for me and you, like my version of Betfred is Superbook.
Yeah.
Bell 5.5 to 1. Marty 5.5 to 1. Lower numbers than a lot of places.
I wonder if they're in cahoots with each other.
Let me see. Okay, so they have odds back up. Chandler Smith 7 to 1, 8 to 1. Do they have that matchup? That no. Chandler Smith is minus 150 heads up against Austin Hill. All right. I don't think I see any other.
They have a couple of head-to-heads on Fred that kind of interest me. Kevin Harvick is minus 115 against Kyle Busch at minus 115.
That's not
Amarola is minus 105 against Keselowski at minus 125.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Do you think, gun to your head, who runs better, Bubba or Keselowski?
I mean, I'm going to have to give the edge to Bubba. But I think it's like a 50-50.
Because there are a couple matchup or groups this week where,
if you look at history, you're going to go with Keselowski.
Right.
Because the only time that Bubba's run well here is last year.
Right.
Like if you look at history, you go with Keselowski. If you look at this car, I think you got to go with Bubba.
I agree with that. And I bring it up because there were a few groups that I saw where there was like one guy that I liked in the group, and then my second option would be choosing between Keselowski and Bubba. And it's hard, right? It's hard to confidently pull the trigger on the second guy in a group when it's between Bubba and Keselowski. And like when you talk about history, was last year the first year for Bubba at 23XI?
No, second.
Okay. I wonder what he did in 2021 at Loudon. I'm going to check that actually. Let's see what he did. (2021) 26th in speed rank, and he finished 26th.
But I think that 23XI with Bubba Wallace made a lot of improvements from year 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah. All right. Let me see. I didn't check DraftKings groups. Let me see what they got. Yeah, kind of the same thing.
What do you think about Amarola at minus 112 over Danny Suarez?
I like that out of all the matchups that you've mentioned so far, I like that one the most.
That's on FanDuel. Wonder if we can find it anywhere else.
What do you think about Will Byron minus 125 against Ryan Blaney? He should fucking destroy Ryan Blaney tomorrow or Monday.
He could. Like, I don't think Blaney and Logano are going to be like really like bad. Like, I think they could finish in the top 10.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think theoretically 5 out of 6 Toyotas could finish in the top 5. Harvick, Almirola, Byron, Elliott, Larson could finish in the top 10.
Right. I mean,
I would say like the best my gut says like if they have a good day, they finish 10th.
Like I lean more on Logano than I do Blaney because Logano has had some decent history here.
Yeah, plus you just can't count Joey out. I mean, even when he's shit, he finds a way to be there sometimes at the end. So I'm with you in terms of those two. But even Joey, I think he's going to be struggling to finish in the top 10. I like that matchup a lot, Coop. And I don't ever bet. Is that the best number? I wonder if that's the best number. I'm going to check.
They don't have it on FanDuel.
Let me check Bet365.
They don't have it on MGM.
They don't have it on Bet365. They have, no, they don't. No. Let me check Superbook.
That might take it. They have all kinds of head-to-heads usually.
What was it? Blaney, Byron. Minus 130 at Superbook. Did Caesars have it? No. Man, I you know me. I rarely lay a number like that. But I might lay that number. Byron Elliott.
Caesars has Amarola plus 110 against Keselowski.
That was that the same matchup? That was minus 115? No,
that was Suarez against
Suarez. Yeah, if I'm going to bet one, that would be the one. I mean, Kez could get there. You never know. I just don't think Ryan Blaney is going to be good at all.
What's his history like here? We go to driver averages.
Blaney, New Hampshire. Finished 18th in 2022, 5th in 2021, 20th in 2020, 4th in 2019, 9th in 2018, 9th in 2017. And then before that, like 19, 12, 23.
Well, based off of that, he has 4 top 10s. William Byron 0 at this track. Like, if you bet that, you're just basically betting the package this year of William Byron.
Right. and how Ryan Blaney struggled this year.
Because see, like, I don't know, like, going back and looking at, like, how do you think they made that matchup? What do you think they made that?
I'll tell you how. Last year, the only data they have is last year in this new car. Ryan Blaney finished 18th. Will Byron finished 10th. And this year, he's the fastest car on the track in this package. That's how they made that matchup.
But I mean, again, they're using a different data point than what they were to set other odds.
Well, why? Oh, why? Because the new package doesn't translate to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But also, like, they used history to set his race winning odds.
Do you know where Ryan Blaney ranks in this new package?
I do not. Like, what's I know there's a link on that website that shows 2023 short track speed or something like that. I think it's the first one, maybe.
Ryan Blaney NASCAR statistics, averages at NASCAR tracks, averages at New Hampshire.
I'm talking about iFantasy racing. Looking at speed.
Oh,
what you were looking at?
Yeah, but it's 20. I thought it was 2023. Oh yeah, 2023. Duh. What am I, dumb? I'm fucking stupid, bro. He ranks
Probably right in the middle.
well, short flat track total speed rank 2023. 6th at Phoenix, 17th at Richmond, 2nd at Gateway. Average
mixed bag.
Average speed rank of 8.3.
Like, he's never, like, Richmond's one of his worst tracks. Like, Loudon is a better track for him than what Richmond is. Richmond's one of his worst tracks. So that number doesn't surprise me there. Like, I could see Ryan Blaney finishing in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah. I think the top 5 is kind of a stretch, but top 10.
I got to think about it now. He's better.
Because, I mean, those numbers are, like, better. Like, if you throw out Richmond, they're pretty good.
I mean, iFantasy Race has him 6th right now in 2023 short flat track package overall.
Right.
That's better than I thought.
What was Byron at Gateway?
4. 114.
Yeah.
Harvick was 2nd. Denny was 3rd.
Larson. A lot of juice, man.
Larson was 4th. Marty was actually 8th. Yeah, it was better than I thought. Like,
what is Suarez's number?
13th.
And Amarola?
19th.
Is there one track that maybe skews it for one of them?
Suarez was 14 at Phoenix, 17 at Richmond, and 6th at Gateway. Almirola was 23 at Phoenix, 16 at Richmond, 21 at Gateway.
Yeah, so Like I don't know.
You know one guy. You know one guy we haven't spoke about, who I guess you kind of have to when it comes to tire wear. What do you think about Austin Dillon this week?
For what?
I mean, he's not a bad tire wear guy.
Yeah, he's not. But,
I mean, I'm asking in general. Like he's 27 at Phoenix, 21 at Richmond, 15 at Gateway. Like I keep like I don't think that they're listen. They hear everybody NASCAR. Everybody's talking about how the fucking tire is not falling off this year. My skew is towards they're going to bring a tire that is going to make some fucking that's going to make it a difference in this race rather than the other way, going the other way, that it's going to do absolutely nothing. So like I'm gearing. I really think that you at least have to like have talk about him. Like what would his if the tire wear really is going to be bigger, right? What would his top 10 price have to be for you to take a shot?
top 10, like at least like Ricky number.
Yeah, he's like 4-1 on Caesars to hit the top 10.
This is the reason I disagree with what you just said.
Okay.
They ran that tire test in April.
Okay.
Right? Like they've had races since then where we think the tire's going to fall off, the tire's going to fall off, and it hasn't.
Right.
So what would make you think based upon that this tire is going to fall off?
Because that's what everybody's hearing from NASCAR.
Yeah, but like they tested it in April. They're not going to change it since then. Like it was done in April.
Oh, you're saying like whatever, like if they're off the mark on these tires this year, chances are they're going to be off the mark on that tire because they tested it 3 months ago.
Right. And within that 3 months, they thought they were going to have other tires that fall off, but they really didn't.
Yeah, I guess that tracks. I guess that's a fair point.
Like if it was a month ago, like maybe I would feel different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they could have had a chance to go back and change things and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I'm just. I mean, I hope it does. I'm just very hesitant to think that it will.
It would be really unfortunate at a track like Loudon to watch the top 10 drive around all day in the top 10 in the same fucking spot. That would be brutal.
I mean, that's what it was last year. Like I sent you those stats. Like
I know.
Were incredible.
I know.
Top 5.
I know.
And that's how it's been all year in the short package.
Like, if like that, how does that not make you like Hendrick more? Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's why this race is so difficult.
What do you think the percentage chances are that they do cancel P&Q
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think it's great. Like I'm looking at my weather app, and the hourly for tomorrow. Oops, got to change it to the right city. 10 a.m. 20%, 11 a.m. 35, 12:35, 1:30.
Yeah, 12:05 practice and like 1 o'clock qualifying.
So I think they get it in. But, who knows? That 20 or 30% could fall.
I mean, we're not going to know anything about the tire fall off probably anyway, right? What are they going to get? 20 laps in maybe?
Well, I mean, like, didn't Allgaier run a 30 lap today?
Yeah,
According to this.
I think he did. I think he did.
He was like, he might have been the only one, but
So we there are not a ton of props that we like this week.
no. I mean, I think that could change after practice and qualifying, though.
Yeah, that's true. So as of right now, right, I guess we have to decide, like, do we take Harvick to be the top Ford or do we expand that out? I think we have to decide, do we just take Chase Elliott to be top Chevy or do we take Will Byron 2?
Right.
I'm probably going to take Byron 2.
I think the one bet I think until you read those speeds, I thought Suarez wasn't as good on short flats as what he was, but like I still like that Amarola number over him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we've seen it so many times where Almirola just starts making his way to the front on these tracks. I don't really blame you. I don't hate that bet. But again, same thing with me. Us reading those numbers out kind of makes me not want to lay 125 against Blaney.
Right.
The only prop that I bet, I think, is that Bubba top 10 at plus 160.
Like that right there just says it all. Like you don't even know what the fuck you bet.
Coop, listen, there's so many numbers swirling around in my head. I'm pretty sure that's the only that I bet.
Pretty sure.
As of right now, yeah. Oh, quickly before we go, Xfinity, Coop and I basically bet the same thing. Chandler Smith at 12-1, Sammy Smith at that number's wrong. The number is 8-1. That's and Coop and he was 10-1 on FanDuel when they put the number back up after practice, even though he was one of the 6 best cars on the track. And I didn't bet it again because I'm going to get on JHN. I was like, I'll just take the 8-1. That's fine. I'll just settle with that.
Yeah, you got to figure out how you're going to get it on JHN.
Yeah, I'm going to do that before I go to bed. We both took Chandler Smith top 5. I took Sammy top 5 too. Coop, did you take him?
Yeah. I got 110 on Caesars.
Yep, that's what I got. And then I have him in the parlays also. And then I since I was already had Chandler Smith over Nair in the parlays, I bet that straight also at minus 125. I see, Coop, there's a 125 number I laid. I'm capable.
I was chuckling at the little part at the bottom. All plays 1 unit.
Yeah, all plays 1. Yeah, we don't do 3 unit, 5 unit max bombs here. That's not what we do. Custer looked good, Philly. Yeah, he did. Custer and Allgaier have been good all year. They're going to be good everywhere they go. We accounted for the both of them running well in our handicap. But Nemechek is the one guy that we have to get a number on. I'm just not betting him at 3-1.
how's John done this year at the short flats? I mean, I don't think there's been many on the Xfinity, but like, how's he done? How'd he do it like Phoenix?
Let me check. All right. So, what do you want to know? Where?
Phoenix this year and Richmond.
Finished 6th at Phoenix. Finished 2nd at Richmond.
Did he lead any laps in either race?
He led 19 laps at Phoenix, 11 laps at Richmond.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, his year has been, okay. I mean, he has 3 wins, I know. But, man, when you look at, like, how many laps he's led this year in a race, he only dominated, like, Martinsville. That's it. Other than that, he's led, like, 50 laps maybe at 3 or 4 places. And that's it. So, but yeah, I mean, he looked good. He's going to be a factor. We're going to want that ticket in our pocket. And then if Allgaier and Custer beat us, so be it. I'll use one of them as a hedge.
What do those guys run at those tracks?
Custer.
Now, Custer wasn't very good at the beginning of the year, so he was having a lot of issues.
Custer finished 5th at Richmond. He did not lead any laps in that race. He finished 12th. He was on the pole.
He finished what?
He was on the pole at Phoenix. And
he finished what?
12th.
12th?
12th. I'm from Jersey, bro. All right. I'm from Jersey. I could still spell supposedly though, so at least I got that going for me.
Like recent form, if you had to rank Allgaier, Custer, and John H.N., how would you rank it?
Custer, Allgaier, Nemechek.
Right. I don't disagree.
He led 38 laps in that race. But I think
I don't know, like
that's because he was on the pole, though.
Like to me, like I don't know if like John Hunter Nemechek is like a clear like I need to bet him more than a Custer or Allgaier.
Yeah, but if you look at the averages, Coop, he was shitting on everybody.
And again, like he ran the same time every lap, so I don't know if his lap numbers are right or not.
Yeah, other than Chandler Smith, like he put everybody to sleep in those average. See, like Cole Custer is 6-1, and FanDuel has Nemechek 3.5, and they have Allgaier 360.
JHN was the betting favorite before practice, right?
Yeah. He was like 280.
So his number went the wrong way.
Yeah. Which doesn't make, like, I'm looking right. Hold on. Let me pull it up again.
I don't know, man. That's tough.
Here's my worry. If we go into the race, we're gonna have to settle for those numbers because they're not getting better.
Right, but like if let's just say that Chandler Smith, gets the early lead, at least the first 60 laps. And then Allgaier or Custer's in front of JHN, like you can get JHN at 450, 500 probably.
But like Coop, he had a second and a half on the field, bro.
I don't believe those numbers.
His 20 lap average.
I don't believe those numbers.
Why? So you're saying his number's the only number that's wrong?
Him and Chandler Smith.
Why? Chandler Smith is right there with everybody. On Chandler Smith's 20 lap average, he ran 31.04. Custer ran 31.15. Allgaier ran 31.16. And Hunter ran 29.9, bro.
He ran 29.9 every freaking 5, 10, 15, and 20 lap. They're not right.
Yeah, but that's true.
They're not right.
That's true. He ran 29.926 every lap.
They're not right.
Yeah, they're not right. They're not right. I didn't realize they were exactly the same. 29.926.
And the 29 is like faster than like the fastest lap of somebody put down.
No, because Chandler Smith ran 29.447 in the 5 lap. And he ran 29.9.
But what I'm saying is those numbers are faster than anybody put on a single lap.
Yeah, but that's wrong. That's wrong. That's definitely wrong. But what? In addition to that being wrong, he did not run 29.926 for 25 laps in a row. That's wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't bet them.
Adam Meyer says no way the lap averages are wrong. Like
Adam
how
Meyer,
can they not be?
Adam Meyer
how can they be right?
NASCAR until 2020, bro. I don't listen to Adam Meyer. As much as I love you, Iowa.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Chandler Smith's pole lap was 31.1. Is that right? There's no way that's right. Like that makes the numbers even worse.
30.1. 30.15.
30.
Oh, now. Yeah. If you go to the line, now it's fixed, Coop. Now it's fixed. Sammy Smith is I knew I was right. Sammy Smith's not at the top anymore. Chandler Smith ran 30.15. Nemechek ran 30.199.
That's for the pole.
Right. For qualifying. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Which all right. So okay, that the pole speed is always the fastest lap,
100%.
whether it's practice or not.
100%.
So if his fastest speed was 30.19 or whatever it was, How do those cats average a 29? In any 5, 10, 15, 20 lap segment. They don't. Those numbers aren't right.
I don't know, man. What either they're all right and the qualifying numbers aren't right, or they're all wrong and the qualifying numbers are right. I don't know. I don't know which is which.
Yeah, there's no way you can have a 5 lap average of 29.9, whatever, 4, whatever it was. And the best pole speed was 30.1.
Adam Meyer said, "Fuck you, Keg." Adam Meyer, I love you, bro. Settle down. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that, John Hunter.
What do you mean, Y2J? What number? Xfinity?
Yeah, DK has Xfinity up. Chandler's 7. Sammy's 8.
John Hunter 250? I don't even know why DraftKings puts up NASCAR numbers. They don't want anybody's money ever.
I don't know. Maybe they're just taking the year off, reevaluating stuff.
Yeah, okay. That's what they're doing. People like me and you made them tap out. People like Ryan, people like Chris Wormy, people like fucking Furman, people like iFantasy Race. We fucking made them tap out. Yeah, I don't know. Now I have to think about it. But what's gonna fucking be awful is when we run 2-3 tomorrow afternoon, and either Nemechek, Allgaier, or Custer end up winning the race, and we're settling for a number that is basically you're hedging.
Hold on. What number do you want on them?
Well, I mean, first of all, we have 2 guys, right? So, I mean, how many more drivers are you looking to bet? Right? I would like if we're going to bet somebody else, I would like 8-1.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to do before the race is over.
That's
the other piece.
That's what I mean. It kind of puts us in the spot where, oh, actually, Coop, that's not true. All we have to do is know what we're going to tie it to going into the race. That's all. That's what we're going to do.
Wait a minute. Look at Pot Crash tweet for practice results. John Hunter Nemechek didn't run. What?
He ran 22 laps. That's wrong.
He's saying that Pot Crash said he didn't run.
Yeah, I know, but there's data in our Discord that says that he ran 22 laps.
I don't understand what he's saying. He didn't run. Like, I'm looking through his tweets.
I'm
and I
not
don't see
I'm not
anything.
sure. Let me see if I could find that. Corey put that in our Discord, I think, or maybe it was Adam.
What is Meyer talking about?
Go in our NASCAR room right now. Look at the last 5 messages.
Remember when I said John Hunter didn't run practice last? Look at practice results. I was pretty sure I didn't see him run.
But look at the that Corey put up like 5 or 6 above that. It said like he ran 22 laps, I think.
Yeah, they got him right here, John Hunter. He was 11th.
Yeah, Adam said it's under John Hunter. I guess they didn't use his last name.
Adam Podcast giving us bad information again?
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy Adam. He said I'm chasing the chickens around or something. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that. But I was saying, like, did you say you had what were you saying? Like, Adam got me all discombobulated.
What I was
you were saying, I was saying we needed a piece before the race.
what
Then
I
you were
was
like, no, we don't, or something.
what I said to you was we could bet the race live. We just need to know what we're going to tie it to going into the race. So as the second that we're ready to push the button on whatever guy that we think is going to be a problem for us, we could just tie it to whatever it is that we pick, and we'll have it like ready to go in the queue. So the only thing you're doing is clicking the driver and you're good to go.
You want to bet live parlays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot.
What's the difference?
Like, I don't know if I'm technologically advanced enough to bet a live parlay.
You are. Trust me. You are. I have faith.
That's tough.
I think you're going to be fine. All right. This show's gone on long enough. 2 hours and 10 minutes. So you guys know the deal. Hop in the Sports Keg Discord. Coop, me, and 330 other people are in there talking. And go to the website, all the plays.
What's this I hear? There's no live show on Sunday.
What?
I read earlier in the week there wasn't going to be a live show. You tweeted it out. You put it in Discord.
Oh, yeah. Did you see why I tweeted that? Why I said that in the Discord?
Yeah.
Because I got a message from Zach the Goat. He goes, I just want to let you know, just so you know, I'm not going to be around on Sunday. So, plan accordingly. I went in the room. I said, Sunday show's canceled. The Goat's not going to be around. We're not doing it. It's done. We're canceling it.
You know what? I think you're gonna have to do an NCAA like Thursday or Friday night like betting show with Zach.
If I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be with Gavin, not Zach the Goat. As much as I love you, Zach. Oh, Zach said I'll be around. Oh, you're back. You're gonna
Well, hey, let him host
host what, Coop?
the show with you and Gavin.
No, I don't know anything about NCAA basketball.
Football, man, football.
Oh yeah. It'd be a little hard for Zach to do that. I
Why?
think it's a little above his pay grade right now. I like having Zach on just to come and hang out with us. I'm not looking for him to host a sports keg product, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm a
Come
big
on, man.
listen. I'm a big goat guy, bro. Goat got to start with me, okay? All right. But
I
yeah,
think y'all should run a practice one. You might be shocked.
okay. I'll run a practice one. I'll run a practice one with the goat. But you know what, goat? Uh, Sunday might get canceled anyway. There might not be a show anyway on Sunday because it looks like Mother Nature doesn't care about our plans, and we're probably going to be going racing on Monday. So I don't think it's going to matter. But the plays are in. The plays have been made. Whatever else that Coop and I add, hop in the Discord or go to the website. We'll see you tomorrow at 3:00. We'll be live for the Xfinity race. We'll be live for UFC Fight Night. And that's it. Good luck. Hope you guys crush this weekend. We will see you tomorrow. For Coop, I'm Keg. Good night.